Okay, here we are with the second attempt at a stream today. And we are, in fact, streaming. We were originally going to do some RimWorld and some Against the Storm, but I decided to start with Against the Storm and then move to RimWorld if we're still streaming at that point. The plan had been actually to be streaming at that point, but I experienced all sorts of weird technical problems, and so now we are restarting entirely. Well, maybe not. We're going to pick up the tutorial from where we were. Or are we? Let's see what happens. Hopefully people will join. Let's get moving with Against the Storm, I guess. It does look like everything is good. I am shocked at the amount of CPU OBS is using right now. I think I've got something wrong. Well, let's just get going. We'll cut the faffery and move on. And here we are in Against the Storm one more time. And let's see where it picks it up. I was in the middle of the tutorial. Yeah, should we do the tutorial again? You know what? I will. I'm going to save and quit because I'm going to treat this as though it's a new stream. So I'm going to reset the Hoosfoos McCave profile. I'll probably go through a little more quickly, and I appreciate the folks that were in the stream before. I was having a great time actually explaining what was going on as the tutorial was explaining what was going on.
Plagued by the blight storm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. The only safe haven is the smoldering city where the mysterious scorched queen reigns.
Hello, Regressive. Thank you for joining so quickly.
Viceroys, a pioneer sent into the wilds, tasked with establishing new settlements and acquiring valuable resources for the crown. Your goal is to help rebuild the smoldering city and secure the future of the Queen's subjects.
So I explained a bunch of this to the stream before, but because that stream went so sideways, I nuked the VOD of it, and we're just going to start over. This is a unique kind of city builder where you build the cities, but then you kind of finish with them early on. And so in some sense, that's the best part of many city builders. You know, if you think about RimWorld, you get your colony off the ground and then you do a lot of slogging and mood management and stuff. It's still a great game. It's actually one of my favorites, but it's, you know, you do a lot of stuff in the late game. It's the same thing with actually many city builders. They're just fun at the beginning. So this one is basically the beginning, and then you kind of restart. It's a little bit of a roguelike in the sense that there's a meta currency between rounds that you use to upgrade the various technology choices and get different skills and things like that. So the basic idea, though, is that you are trying to push against the storm and the queen becomes impatient. You're also trying to make her happy. So you lose when the queen's impatience reaches all the way here to 7. So I'll just read some of the tutorial stuff here. Yeah, the graphic style is also really nice as well. Hi, Gala. I hope your stream went well. I was not able to tune in. By the way, anybody watching this later or who jumps into the stream, both Regressive Gamer and Galasaurus are content creators on YouTube. Regressive also does Twitch and the occasional TikTok. And so they are great. You should watch their stuff. Okay. Oh, and by the way, before the Nightbot gets to it, we have a Discord that both those fabulous ladies are in, where we hang out, we do co-ops. Regressive is our now Friday night co-op coordinator, and we have a little creative channel in there, and we have pictures of pets, and it's a nice little community of good people. We only allow in good people, no bastardos, no orcs. Anyway, so we're trying to keep this impatience down. And fulfilling your duties will increase the town's reputation, unlock new buildings, and eventually bring you to victory. And so you attain victory when you max your reputation bar. And because we're doing the tutorial, this is about as simple as it's going to get. In fact, it never ever gets this simple, to be honest. Oh, I'm glad your stream went well, Galasaurus. That's good to know. And I think Sama might be streaming right now. I don't even know. So And each of these little dots, you can see here, it says new blueprint reward. Let me, hold on, I just gotta minimize Discord. Okay, so we get a new blueprint with each full point of reputation. Again, that's not normal. So we start by grabbing a blueprint, and we're going to start with the woodcutter's camp. Well, I guess I'm going to try not to rush through this. I've now been through this tutorial today alone 3 times. So, I mean, not through the whole thing, but through the beginning part. So each expedition starts with only a few essential blueprints. More will be given to you as you gain reputation points. Now, pick the woodcutter's camp. And normally, again, as I mentioned, you usually get a bunch of choices. And there's things you just start with. Press space to resume. Oh yeah, I have some kind of extra pause nonsense turned on. Build a woodcutter's camp and explore the forest. You have to keep the fire going at all times. So the fire... It is oh, well, it's working now, Blonde. Thanks for potentially coming and jinxing it. But it is, in fact, working. I broke everything, but primarily the network. So, this hearth... Well, we can read it here. The hearth of the colony... The heart of the colony is protected by the holy flame. Villagers gather here to rest, eat, and receive clothing. If the fire goes out, people will lose hope. And then your villagers, so we have 9 of them right now, 3 humans, 3 beavers, and 3 lizards... If they leave and we run out of all our colonists or they die somehow, game over. That won't happen in the tutorial. So we are going to... Actually, again, I will try to be patient. Winning and losing. And against the storm, you build not one, but many settlements. To successfully establish a town and therefore win a run, you need to collect enough reputation points to fill the entire reputation bar. That's the blue one. It's important to do this before the Queen's impatience, red, reaches its maximum. If the Queen loses her patience, you will lose. You also lose if all your villagers either leave or die. Okay, so, and then the thing that you get, you see this flashing little satchel up here. This is orders. It's telling us to. We can also see the alerts over there. So the idea of orders is that you have to accomplish certain goals, and then for accomplishing those goals, you are given gifts. In this case, we have to build a woodcutter's camp, and we have to harvest 10 pieces of wood. And we will get 3 beavers, which are innate good woodcutters, and we will get something called reinforced axes, which makes our woodcutters' camps produce wood 35% quicker. And we will get a full reputation point, which, as I pointed out before, will give us an additional blueprint. So we'll see that. And it's just going to walk us through this. Oops, we can't deliver it. It will auto-deliver it, and you'll see. You also notice that the alert over here, the notification went away. Our orders are right here. The game has a ton of mechanics, but you don't have to actually use them all. And so the tutorial doesn't actually introduce them all. It's one of these things where you kind of learn as you go, and because it's not brutal when you lose, especially as you're just beginning, it doesn't feel like, you don't feel beaten down or unhappy if you lose and then have to start again. In fact, starting again is kind of the fun of it. So we're going to put down this woodcutter's camp, and we're going to put down another one. Now you can see the green area around it is how far the woodcutters will be able to cut wood. It's the range of their harvesting. And we're going to assign woodcutters in there, and they're going to cut down trees. These are the glades. It'll explain those in a little bit. I know that because I've done this tutorial 3 times today. And what we're going to do is we're going to assign people to cut. Having the woodcutter's camp is not enough. Actually, you have to have people assigned to doing it. This little wood here means that these guys are better at cutting wood than the other races, or they're specialized at it. And we're going to go ahead and throw a human in here because we're out of beavers. And then the other 2 people will sit there idle. Actually, I guess we have 4 idle. So anybody who's not assigned to a camp will just do general work. And general work is building, basically. You can see them also gathering at the hearth. As it said, they'll rest and eat and all that kind of stuff. I also like to put in paths. You don't technically have to do this, but it's part of... in my way of thinking, first of all, it's part of what makes it, I think, a little bit prettier, makes it feel a little bit like a city builder. Oops. There are practical advantages to the paths. They do increase the speed of your workers very, very slightly. in addition to having to go to the flame to eat and rest and so forth every day, and it's also kind of a prayer site, we have the warehouse where they'll store resources that they have harvested. So they're cutting out some wood. We created 2 woodcutters camps, and we now have much more than the 10 we needed. So we're going to go here and get those rewards. Let's read about exploration. Although you're surrounded almost entirely by a thick forest, there are smaller and bigger glades around your starting location. To establish a successful settlement, you'll have to cut your way through to them. Glades can contain resources, treasures, fertile soil, ruined buildings, and more. Use the tree marking tool. That's the axe icon that we... actually, I don't know if I actually used it. Use the tree marking tool, the axe icon down here. I'll show you that in a moment. To point your woodcutters to specific areas of the forest they should prioritize. The best rewards come from dangerous or forbidden glades, marked with the skull icon, this thing here. But these always have at least one dangerous glade event within them, which will require you to deliver certain goods or complete a challenge to complete the glade itself. So we are going to mark the trees. Now, when he was watching before, when we were going through this on the earlier stream, Deadeye asked if there were a way you could say, hey, I don't want to go into this glade yet. And the answer to that is yes. So F is the key to turn on and off the axe. If we hover over here, we can see that if I hold control, it will exclude trees on the edge of the glade for exactly that purpose, and Alt will just unselect them. So I can... Oh, and then Shift lets us get very precise if we want to pick off like a single tree. So if I hold down Control, which I'm doing right now, you'll notice I'm going to select some trees, but as I reach the edge of the glade, it just doesn't select them. You'll also notice that these... Let me turn that off so I don't accidentally select. These are yellow and these are white. The yellow ones are within range of the woodcutters camp, and the white ones are not. So they're never going to be cut unless I move the woodcutters camp. And if you just leave them alone, they will actually cut trees just around them within that range, within this range. I believe I have it set so that they won't open to a glade on their own. There is a setting to do it either way. The game is filled with different settings for kind of how you want to customize the game. So now, because we got the... Yes, things absolutely can overlap, Progressive. So because we got this extra... reputation point, we get to choose another blueprint. In this case, it's a shelter. So a shelter can accommodate most villagers, but won't satisfy the need for species-specific building. Has to be built near a hearth and can house 3 residents. So it actually won't really get into it for a little while, but you can see that the hearth also has a range. So when it says the house needs to be built... Whoa, that was a weird bit of flag. The house needs to be built near the hearth. That's what it's talking about. The houses have to be within this yellow circle, and you can get bigger hearths. And in fact, it tells you how to upgrade them. In fact, we might be able to upgrade it. No. To upgrade it, we need to do these things here, which we don't care about right now. So what we're going to do, though, is build housing, because much like many city builders, part of the whole city is about keeping your residents happy, keeping their moods up. And so we want to keep our creatures' moods up. And, whoops, hold on. There we go. And to do that, they want houses. So each of these, as we read, will do 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We currently have 12 residents. And so we'll have a little bit of extra for when we get more dudes. In fact, I think we might be about to get more dudes now, right? Yes. Wait. Yeah, we had 12. So we're going to get 3 more humans. And, oh wow, wait. Sorry, no, we're not about to get it. We have to open 2 glades, and we have to have 5 beavers as woodcutters. Well, we have 6 beavers. Oh, something happened. Yes, okay, so I've got it set to pause like on everything, which is actually kind of annoying, but it is useful for this kind of stream. So the reason it paused is because we moved from the, I believe it was the drizzle, into the clearance. I'll explain that in a moment. But let's... Oh, that's our 3... beaver one. So we're now going to assign all 6 of our beavers to woodcutting, so they'll cut very quickly. That's also part of our order. So now we just need to open 2 glades. Now, I have told them not to open any glades yet. So let me talk about this and the reason it paused. So the way the game works is you're fighting against the storm. That's why it's called Against the Storm. And there are 3 seasons in the game. The drizzle, the clearance, and the storm. During the storm, you get, what is the term? Anger? Wait. Hostility. So the storm creates hostility, and as you get different hostility levels in the storm, you can see they're active only in season storm, this looming darkness, and what it will do is it will reduce their resolve across the board, reduce your residents' resolve across the board. This here is their resolve, and if it gets too low, they leave. If you have super high resolve, I think that's what the little blue thing is here, because I don't think it matters in the tutorial, you actually get an increased resolve per minute. So see how it says plus 0.00? If you get very high resolve, or there's a bunch of other things as well, then you start just getting extra resolve, extra reputation points. This, you can see the impatience grows per minute as well, and there are things we can do that will increase it or decrease it. The seasons, or is it set up for like stages? No, they cycle just like our seasons. So you can see here, that's a great question, Regressive. So you can see here, there's 4 minutes and 19 seconds. This is real time. 4 minutes and 19 seconds. Obviously, it's not ticking down because I have it paused. Left in the clearance. That will be followed by the storm, which will probably on the tutorial be, I think, a minute and a half. And then that will be followed by the drizzle. So in each of the different seasons, different things can work. It's really the storm that is the pain in the ass, but there are even some advantages, like some resources you can only get in the storm. Mostly you want to be in the drizzle or the clearance. For example, I think you can only, we'll find this out, but I think you can only plant crops in the drizzle, and you might only be able to harvest them in the clearance, and they may not last through the storm, things like that. So, and it just keeps cycling through. But as you get more, I think it's as you go through more years, the hostility increases. You can see this like every year. Yeah, see that? See, I don't think I can make it stay. There's, I think, probably a way. Oh, yeah. So, well, that's not helpful. Let's just hover here. So, and it'll explain all this stuff. We'll run into this, but this is perfect. I mean, I love to explain all this. So as each year passes, you can see that for every year, it says years 0 times 10. Every year we're going to get 10 hostility, and we need 100 hostility for the forest to level up. You will see that the hostility grows pretty quickly because notice it's 2 times the number of villagers every year for hostility. So that becomes a pain in the ass. You start really racking up. The bigger your colony gets, the more hostility you get because the forest doesn't like you living in its domain or in its area. So what are we doing? Yes, we're going to let them cut 2 glades. We haven't actually marked that yet. So we are going to, I'm going to hit F. I'm going to tell them to open this glade. And we might as well tell them to open, oops, this glade. So they will do that. And we'll give them a minute. Okay, this glade is opened. So, okay, I have it pausing on opening glades, which is actually really nice, but I feel a little bit cheaty. Like there's an aspect to playing this game in a little bit real time, even though there are plenty of opportunities to pause. I've got too many of them turned on. So you'll notice in here, there are these drizzle wing nests, and they will give you eggs, which is, there's all these different resources in the game that you can use raw, you can use as ingredients to more complex recipes, all that kind of stuff. And when a settler is in a trapper's camp, you can see their small trapper's camp or trapper's camp, this is how you gather it. There's a 20% chance every time they harvest an egg that they'll also get a meat, and a meat is just another resource. There are tons of resources. These are root nodes. They are gathered by foragers' camps, so you have a different type of camp to harvest different types of things. The foragers' camp can harvest a bunch of different things, as well as this, what is this, trapper's camp? Trappers also can harvest a bunch of different nodes. So you can see these nodes are here, these resource nodes. So we're going to let the game kind of hand that to us. We open this glade. You can see this glade's going to get opened, and that will finish our orders. It's about to be opened right now, I think. Oh yeah, and it also tells you what kind of resources you can possibly get from each of the trees. And chop that tree, please, beaver. Come on. There we go. Okay, so this one has clay in it. And there might be another... Yeah, and it also has... What is this? This is flax. So you get... what is that? Reeds? I don't know. That's something from... That thing that looks sort of like hay or grain or whatever. We will find that out soon. But we've also finished our order. So we're going to deliver it. We're going to get 3 more humans, some meat, and another full point of reputation. So now we're going to get the foragers camp. So that's going to let us get grains, roots, and vegetables. And we did see that we have some of those things. So now we have that blueprint. We're going to build it. And we get another order. So this, let's see. So this is for the foragers camp. We have to create a foragers camp, which we're about to get the blueprint for. And then we have to harvest 5 vegetables. We will get the, oh, I didn't, yeah, no, I did point it out before. So when we harvest vegetables, once we have delivered this order, we get extra vegetables every time we harvest more. And of course, we're going to get 1 point of reputation. So let's let people keep building. We're going to do a foragers camp. Now, I pointed out those resource nodes. You see, this is clay. But if we go over to what this foragers camp can harvest, see that? It's got those little yellow circles around the veggies there. That means this camp that I've currently got active can forage those things. So it can't, or it can be used to collect those things. So it can't get those eggs there, but it can get those roots. So we've got veggies and roots. And if I'm smart, I can figure out a way to get both of these resource nodes in there. But to do that, I'm going to actually have to cut down these trees. So what we'll do is we will be efficient in that way. We're going to move this thing, which costs us nothing, and put it there. And then now harvest this stuff out. And even though we don't really have to do this, we could just plop it there. We're just going to play the game that way because I like to be efficient in that way, even though it's absolutely not necessary in this particular mode. And in fact, it slows it down a little bit because we could put down a foragers camp on these veggies right now. All we're supposed to get is veggies anyway. But this way we'll be optimizing. And oh, what happened now? Something happened. Huh. Did we open another glade? No. Oh my god, there's too much pausing going on. Oh. It's because we have newcomers. Actually, this one I do like to pause on. So you get new people if your village is attractive enough. So, newcomers. These people have been sent here by the crown. Which group do you want to stay, Viceroy? The other will continue on to the next settlement. So we can choose which type of settler we want. And in fact, this one comes with 3 and this one comes with 2. So that might be a factor. And every time newcomers arrive, they bring resources with them. So in this case, grain, which can't be eaten raw, unlike most of the foods, like the veg can be eaten raw. But the veg can also be used in recipes. Grain has to be used in recipes. And we can also get leather, which can be used for things like, I think it's cloaks, and humans like cloaks. So every race has different things they like to eat, different equipment they like to wear, different, there's one other factor. And they also have species dedicated housing. So I'm going to take this one because I want to just get more variety of resources, even though I would maybe rather have more people. So we accepted that, which doesn't really do anything for us because I haven't unpaused. Now we've got 17 people and no homeless. See that? So we have space for 1 more. So we're going to build preemptively. We're going to build more housing. Oh, that's trading post. We don't want trading post. That's trading post. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Housing, shelter. Again, this is just the generic shelter. And you'll notice I'm doing this thing where I am not blocking off where I could have roads. Oh, I actually want to move that one. Hold on. Hold, please move. So I am anal when I set these things up. Hello, move there, please. Oh, I can't. There's a tree. Forget it. We'll leave it. We're going to draw our path. There's a thing about the pathing that I just think makes it look pretty. And they do, like I said earlier, they do move faster on the paths, but not substantially so. They will when you get more advanced roadways. But these paths don't take anything but time. The other roadways actually take resources. So the challenge with giving them lots of trees to cut is they don't necessarily cut the trees you want in the order you want. Let's see if we can put down, to accomplish our order, a small foragers camp that gets everything. We can't yet. Guys, you need to cut these trees. What are you doing? Come on, get your shit together. Yeah, we want to put it right there. See, somebody's cutting the tree. So we'll give it a minute. Even though if you were playing the tutorial normally, you would just throw down the foragers thing. Now, you can see, even though the tutorial is scripted, in this case, because the seasons pass after a certain amount of time, that part isn't scripted. It's just they're kind of expecting you to do everything they say in the order they say at the time that they say. So there's still an aspect of randomness to the tutorial. Well, not randomness. There's an unpredictability. It's not random, actually. The entire thing is the same every time you do the tutorial. And then once we finish this settlement, which will be finishing the tutorial, we actually get to go back to the palace area, and we get to spend some meta currency that we receive. There's actually multiple meta currencies, because why not? If you're going to have a game with currency, why not have multiple? We want, actually... Ah, yes. Okay, we paused now because we've transitioned from the clearance into the storm. And the next season is... Okay, so it was 100 seconds rather than 90. The storm is 100 seconds, and the next drizzle is in 100 seconds. So in the storm, you can see, this is what I was showing you before, that our people will be less happy. Their resolve will go down. And we might see it here once I unpause. So watch over here, because this is the resolve number. So these may change. We're going to see what happens. Yeah, see, look at that. They're all losing somewhere between 3 and 4 resolve. It's unclear to me why they're not going to lose 4. But there might be some other things that they have that makes them feel a little bit better. That sort of compensates for that loss. Let's see if we can put down our foragers camp yet. Nope, we need them to take out the tree they're working on right now. What a bunch of bastards. But we're not going to have problems with the resolve of our creatures unless the tutorial insists that we have it. And of course we can speed it up, so let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, I think we've got the tree down that we want. And it's telling us again to mark trees for harvest. Now, this is about as good as we can do. I think we missed one of the little nodes here, but this camp will get built. Let's go ahead and put in a path. Oops. Oh yeah, and see, every one of your guys, you can also look at their stats and stuff. So you can get as detailed as you want. So now we need to put some foragers in here. And now here, you can see, just like the beavers had wood, these guys have like a grain symbol or a wheat symbol. They are better at farming. That's what that means. It won't show it to us here. Here we go. Specialization bonus. Farming. So, okay, we paused. So guys that have this get a bonus to that. So we're going to do humans. So each race has a different type of bonus. The lizards are actually better at getting meat. And in fact, again, with the bazillion mechanics, you have somebody tend the fire. Oh, why is this? I don't know why this is like this, but you have somebody tend the fire, and each race or species that tends the fire has a different bonus or creates a different effect. So the lizard firekeepers give you +1 to global resolve. If we were to change it to beavers, then the fuel consumption, because we have to keep the fire burning of the hearth, is decreased. If we were to change it to humans, then impatience, which is the stuff over here, grows more slowly. In practice, the lizard firekeeper is the best one for us at the beginning because you want to keep resolve high. Probably doesn't matter too much in the tutorial, but maybe. To cut through the forest and reach glades faster, you can mark certain trees for felling. Select the axe icon on the right-hand side of the lower HUD and drag the pointer over the trees. Now, it might be telling us this because the default setting, I think, is to open glades. It'll just automatically open glades. I have that turned off because I like to do it myself. But what we will do is mark this tree, this glade for opening. None of these are... Doesn't look like any of these are the nasty glades. Yeah, see, okay, there's a dangerous glade, and there's actually a forbidden glade. I don't know if there's any in the tutorial, though, which are just higher level glades that, as it said before, can have dangerous things in them. So let's unpause. This thing is gonna... I'm sorry, they're gonna start harvesting. And you'll notice they're gonna get... So now this is the problem. Since our objective, or our assignment, is to get vegetables, they're still gonna get the roots because of the way I placed it. So again, a little bit slower, but that's okay. And you can also see in here, you can tell them, you know what, I don't want you to harvest roots, or I don't want you to harvest grain. Everything is configurable. It's amazing. You don't have to configure anything, but like if there's certain recipes that use more of a resource than another resource, and you have a ton, like you have a surplus of one resource and not the other, then you can tell it will only use these resources in that particular recipe. It now wants us to choose a cornerstone. No one can weather the storm alone. The Queen offers you a cornerstone that will lay the foundation for your town's prosperity. Choose wisely, as you won't be able to change it. So there's 2 cornerstones that we can choose here. There's the Carpenter's Tools, which means that production at the crude workstation, which everybody gets, the crude workstation, which is how we make items like constructions, like we're going to have to make planks and stuff, will be more efficient by 50%. Or anytime we open a glade, we get 20 reed and 20 clay. Yes, there is a limit on storage. I will show you that in a moment. In fact, one of the things that's neat about this game is you'll notice I don't have to pick this cornerstone right now. I could wait and we can come back to it. And I have it paused right now, but this thing can store, I don't remember how much a warehouse can store. But yes, there is a limit on the amount of space in a warehouse, and then you build smaller, or you build satellite warehouses. And that's important too. The tutorial, we'll get into it later. That's important too, because each of the workshop areas can store a little bit on its own. And then once that internal storage gets filled up, a worker has to leave there, stop doing their harvesting or whatever, and take those resources and bring them to the warehouse. And if the warehouse is full, then you can't do anything. But the paths, because they speed up the workers' movement, see it says 5% speed increase, they will get to the warehouse faster. Or when they need to take a break, they'll get to the small hearth faster. And they'll get back, of course, as well. So this is one of the reasons to put down the paths. And better roads give more of a speed increase and stuff. So let me see. All right. So for a cornerstone, we don't actually have the crude workstation, though I think it's going to give it to us soon. But why don't we go ahead and do this exploration contract? I think it's, again, for the tutorial, I don't think it's going to matter that much, but I like the idea of getting reed and clay. You can see down here all of our permanent buffs. Let me just move my microphone a little because it's obscuring it. So we got this from one of our earlier orders, that woodcutters camps produce 35% faster. This is the cornerstone we just got, the exploration contract. So when we open a glade, we will get 20 reed and 20 clay. And this is the thing I was just showing you with the hearth, where because we have a lizard firekeeper, we get +1 to global resolve for everybody. And oh, look at that. We are, oh no, sorry. We have no homeless. We have 7 extra space. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and hit play. So we're just waiting for 4 more veggies. And there's nothing to stop us from doing more stuff here, except we don't have the blueprints to make more buildings. So I guess I'll speed it up. These are all the resources that we have. I can show you that. See, these are all the resources that we have. This is the food resource. You see it's expanded here. We have 129. So we can expand and collapse it. There's also, you can limit all sorts of things. We're not even going to get into that right now. We have, the only building materials we have are parts. So that's kind of going to become a problem. But we do have resin, plant fiber, leather, and stone. So this is the crafting resources. So we can make things once we get the workshop. And then this is fuel. So wood counts as fuel, even though it's also going to be a crafting resource. And these tools, these are kind of multi-purpose things that if you played No Man's Sky, it's like a repair kit. It's just a thing that kind of fits. To fix things or to build things, you need a certain amount of tools. These tend to become a very scarce resource in my experience. I have 800 subs? Oh, thank you so much. I did not know. That's exciting. Thank you. So we've got 3 veggies. And hello, Sama. Thanks for rejoining the stream. I started the whole tutorial over. I don't know if you caught any of it before. But I started the whole tutorial over just because in case somebody watches the VOD, they will get a chance to see it from the beginning. And also, I don't think Regressive or Galasaurus had a chance to see it. And Blonde is on lurk mode, but I don't think she had a chance to see the beginning. So, what it told us here is we opened a bigger glade, so there's an event. Now, this wasn't a dangerous glade, so it's not going to be one of these things that puts pressure on us. But because it's a bigger glade, there are things that can happen. So let's read about glade events. Oh, okay, very good. So regressive was also in lurk mode. Okay, I'm sorry, I was pausing because it looked a little blurry, but I think it's just this that's blurry. Glade events. Glade events are objects found in the forest, like abandoned caches, survivor camps, ruins, wild beasts, etc. Some of them are positive, offering goods or new villagers in exchange for a small amount of resources. Others are dangerous. Well, you just did say something regressive. Others are dangerous, forcing you to act quickly to avoid negative consequences, while also giving you generous rewards should you complete them. That's right. We will definitely see those. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you all are here, and you can always watch the VOD if you're interested in this game, or frankly, I'd be happy to run you through it. Or it's one of these games where, kind of like Val was talking about with Minesweeper and my stream yesterday, where the best way to experience it is to play it yourself, and not kind of have somebody teach it to you, or really even, like, I've watched some YouTube videos of it, and there's really only one creator I watch that makes videos of this game that I think is fun to watch as a creator, and he's just, frankly, his name is Potato McWhiskey. Frankly, he is just fun to watch. I actually once commented on one of his videos that said he could make watching grass grow sound interesting. Yes, there's a lot of text. However, they probably have it in Swedish, but you don't really need to read it all. You can kind of figure stuff out. I'm just reading this for the benefit of the stream. Once you select a glade event, the event panel will appear. Then you'll be able to find a few different sections: effects, worker slots, requirements, and rewards. The effect section shows you the possible negative consequences of the event and how much time you have left before they occur. To complete an event, you need to assign workers to it. Choose one of the two options if the event has more than one solution, and select Investigate. Very often, events have more than one way of being solved. Most events offer two different approaches, with one approach having its own requirements, rewards, and so-called working effects. Working effects are special conditions that activate once you give the order to investigate an event, like a resolve penalty, a slow debuff, etc. Your goal is to survive these conditions for a set amount of time. After an event has been completed, your workers will deliver the rewards to your warehouse and no negative effects will trigger. So, Potato McWhiskey. He's fantastic. He actually he built his channel on Civ, but Civ 7 was kind of a little bit of a disappointment, so he's branched out. He always branched out, but he's now doing a lot of different stuff. He's just I just find him one of those people who you could listen to forever. I just think he's so interesting. Yeah, Potato McWhiskey's great. So the other thing about all of that text, by the way, you can get back to it if you feel like you want to read a book. You can go to the encyclopedia and read everything. However, you mostly don't need to, and you'll see. What do you mean, like me? I appreciate whatever you're saying. It sounds like a compliment. Thank you so much. So what I was saying was that you can read all the text, and it gives you all the details if you want it, but also it's kind of intuitive. So we've got this small encampment. It's a glade event, a destroyed camp in the wilderness. There's still survivors in this area. Oh, interesting to listen to. You're so sweet, Blonde. I love you too. So we're going to click on this, and we're going to see, this is what I just read. We have a couple of different ways to solve this problem. Now, in many cases, you don't necessarily have the resources to accomplish it. And you can see we can change this if we had whatever those are, shrimp, meat, or fish, which fish is new for me. It's in a DLC that came out. We could use those instead if eggs were more valuable to us. Hey, Crank, it is sort of like RimWorld, but it's more, so the way I've described it a bunch of times is it's kind of the best part of, kind of the most interesting part of many settlement builders or city builders, where you get the town going, and then just as the town is kind of getting going, you're done. You don't have to be, but you can be. And so it's kind of like the best part, like all the building and the getting to know the characters and the laying things out, and then you don't have to do any of the grind that comes later. you move on to the next settlement, and then the storm will eventually eat them all, and you get like different missions and stuff like that. So it's kind of an early city builder, if you will, even though you end up getting a lot of different stuff. So a little bit like RimWorld. It's a little bit like Timberborn as well. You know, that kind of thing, but it's not as much of a mood manager as RimWorld is, even though you do, they call mood resolve here, even though you do have to manage resolve. So the two choices that we have here are, we can get 3 new people or we can get 10 amber. Amber is the currency of the realm. We're going to go ahead and get 3 more people, I think, even though we're probably going to get to trading. So we're going to select this one. See, we can select that we send 4 eggs to the Citadel, or we send 4... Wait, send to the Citadel. Yeah, no, that's fine. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna use our 4 veggies. We're gonna assign a worker to this thing, and it's gonna take 1 minute. Oh, in fact, we can assign 2 workers, so we actually have 2 people. So now it's gonna take 1 minute, but if we assign 2 people, then it will only take 30 seconds, as you might imagine. That doesn't matter that much for us right now, because... Oh, actually, hold on. Do we have a... No, we don't have a specialization bonus. So if we had a guy with forest proficiency, which is another one of the races, I don't know who has that, then they would be able to do it more quickly. Normally, you assign a bunch of workers to remove the negative penalty. We don't have a negative penalty here, but I'm going to do it faster anyway. And of course, you can always change your mind. So we need 1 more veg. I probably could have accepted the veg there, or the orders there. So they're working on that, those 2 people. Meanwhile, we need 1 more veg to finish our orders. To continue what I was saying, or answer your question, Crank, so it's similar to RimWorld, but I would say it's its own thing. It's a nice balance of the kind of different city builder stuff. Okay, what do you mean follow your orders? The queen gave you orders. Keep track of them and try to complete them to advance. Oh, wow. So basically it's saying, you bastard, you slow-ass lazy so-and-so. I don't know. My machine keeps doing this flashing black stuff. Anyway, so it's saying you're taking too long to finish these orders. So we're just waiting for you guys to get some veg. We need 1 more veg. There it is. Okay, now we're going to get +1 veg. So you can see here, when gathering vegetables, we get +1. And now we need to mark more trees for harvest? No, we don't care. We're going to go to our orders. And now we are going to get... right, so sorry. We are going to get a stonecutter's camp. We need to build one. We're about to get that in our blueprints. That's what's down here. We need to build a stonecutter's camp, and we need to harvest 5 clay. And when we do, we'll get that clay production increase, and we get a crate of stone. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We make a... Oh, we need to get the blueprint. Right, so... and again, because it's the tutorial, the blueprints we get are deterministic. Stonecutter's camp. An advanced gathering camp can collect resources from large and giant gathering nodes in addition to small ones. It can collect stone, clay, and sea marrow. Now, the thing we didn't cover before is that some of these camps, see, small foragers camp can only get it from small nodes. We haven't seen a large node that I'm aware of, although maybe this is one. But we're going to go ahead and do what the orders wanted and build a stonecutter's camp. And again, as I mentioned before, you can see, even though these are resource chunks, this thing is not capable or the people who work this are not capable of harvesting these things. They can harvest clay. So you see how it's got the yellow circle around it. And you can also see we're way over here. It's got these pointers here, so it lets us know that there's a resource node here. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to rotate this. I guess I'll put it... Oh, I hate to mess up my path. But I'm going... Oh, what's down here? Oh, look at that. Okay, so now we're going to put this here so we can get to both of the... or all of the clay resources here. These are clay, right? Yeah, clay node, small. These are also small clay nodes. I don't think we have any large nodes yet. They're pretty obvious if I remember correctly. So first, let's make a path and then see what it wants us to do. I like to have paths to the front doors and to the resources. But you don't really have to do that. And these are only 5% increase paths. Sorry, let me unpause. I don't know what triggered the pause. Is something flashing? Oh, it was this. Oh, yes. Okay, we have newcomers. So let's see what we've got. We can get 2 lizards and a human. Blonde. We can get 2 lizards and a human. And again, part of it is trying to like balance your civilization or your species for your civilization because they each have different strengths, pros and cons. I know the nodes do eventually get used up. So you can either destroy and get back your resources from your workshop or whatever it's called, your camps, or you can move them to other places. And it is 100% return, if I remember. So if you take apart a camp, then you get back all the resources. So 2 lizards, 1 human, and 15 eggs, or 1 human, 1 beaver, and some fiber, roots, and leather. Why don't we do this one? Because maybe we can gather enough leather to at some point manufacture something out of it. And how are we doing for housing? We have 2 free space, so we're going to need... Each of these houses only holds 3, so we're going to need another house pretty soon. And we need to mark trees for harvest. Why? Yes, we can cut through... Yeah, it's just reminding us that we can do that. We want clay. These guys are going to, once we assign them here, they are going to... Oh, by the way, this little symbol means there's no workers assigned, so you can at a glance see where your place is falling apart. So nobody has a bonus to whatever this specialization bonus is. This is masonry. So none of these species has a bonus to that. So let's throw a human there, and we'll throw a lizard there, and they're going to get clay for us. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the only way to hit the like button on the phone is if you have YouTube Premium and you go to the advanced controls. So I guess they're only concerned with likes from people who pay them money. So we're just waiting for our clay to trip here, and we're going to fulfill those orders. I'm going to ignore this alert. And the game is very customizable in terms of like what you get alerted for, what pauses the game on you. I have too many pause things on right now, but as I mentioned a couple of times, it's I think for a stream like this where I'm going through the tutorial, it's probably okay to have so many pauses. It does become kind of interrupts the flow of the game when you're playing. But for all this explaining that I'm doing, it's good. Okay, we did it. So now we're going to get +1 clay when we harvest. We're going to get 20 stone, and we're going to get another point of resolve. Reputation. Logistics. Every build. Oh, this is what I was talking about before with the storage. Very aggressive. You're so funny. So, okay, every building has its own internal storage where the goods it produces are gathered and temporarily stored. When it's full, I'm not going to read all of the text. I'll just tell you basically what it's saying is it will fill up the internal storage. At that point, a worker will pick up as many of those resources as they can and take them to the central warehouse. The resources that are stored in internal storage or that are stored in the warehouse are available for any kind of recipe you want. And there are some situations where, in fact, that's what it talks about here. If one building, like a camp, is near a production building close enough, then they'll just take the resources directly from there so things can be faster. Also, deliveries and production stop for a while when the dudes all take a break at the hearth. So this is one of the reasons to read the text if you have the patience for it, which sometimes I do. Because what you're learning here is that your guys will take a break here at the hearth to eat and pray and chillax. Okay, so now we need to choose a new blueprint. It wants us to, it's giving us a harvester's camp, and it wants us to, it's going to want us as the orders to build that. So this is for getting the plant fiber, the reed, and the leather. And that's going to be our order here because it's the tutorial. So this, we have to deliver 1 harvester camp, or build it, and then 5 plant fibers. And then we'll get extra fiber, recurring fiber harvesting. So let's go ahead and do a harvester's camp. And we just paused. I'm not sure what for that time. Again, that's because I have too many on. You can see we've got fiber here. And is that the... Ooh, look at that. That's the only fiber we've opened. So this is probably why it's like, mark trees, you loser. We need to give you more fiber. Or we need to give you more resource nodes. So we're going to build it. Actually, maybe we'll... Yeah, I don't know. We'll build it here. And then we are going to do what it said and mark trees. We're going to actually open a bunch of glades because in the tutorial, I don't think it's going to cause a problem. Oh, wait. Can't this thing... Oh, yeah. Oh, we do have more right there. Okay, that's fine. Let's let that get built. In fact, we can go crazy. I mean, not exactly crazy. And build another one there. We have the people for it. And I'm going to get ahead of the house building. We don't want to have a homelessness problem. You know, everybody deserves a roof over their head. And just as a reminder, you can see that yellowish orange area here. That is the range of the hearth. So buildings built outside of that yellow area won't be part of this particular village. And you can add more of these hearths and you can upgrade them to get more range and so forth. Let's add some people. None of these guys have a specialization. In fact, a harvester's camp, I don't know if anybody can have a specialization. And we'll add it here. Again, this is a little bit of overkill, but we can afford to do that because we're really on like super easy mode. Now, notice these trees are white. That means that they are outside the range of our woodcutter's camp. So we're going to take a woodcutter's camp and we're going to move it. And maybe we put it that way. The reason I keep rotating them, and that's what this white arrow is that's the entrance. And so you have to make that accessible. If I were to jam it up to the side of a house, they wouldn't be able to get in there. Let's take our woodcutter's camp and move you. Maybe we put it... Does that let us get all of our trees? Here. That almost does. All right, we'll put it here. We'll get to that one extra tree if we want. Oh, and we already finished our orders while I was busy faffing around. Now, we should have more orders. Okay, now we're going to start building. Yeah, no, it is, right. In fact, if I remember correctly, in early access, you had to pay, I think, half the cost of a building to move it, or there were some buildings that you couldn't move, and there might still be. Like, there are ones, there's the whole notion of stormwater is a big aspect of this game that you get into later, and it might be that the pipes you can't move. I don't remember. It's been quite a while since I played. So this is our first orders where we have to deliver a manufactured good. So we need to make planks, or deliver 4 planks, 4 bricks, and 4 fabric. And again, this is the whole idea here is that it's teaching us the logistics kind of chain. So, or the production chains. And what we'll get is, plus 50 to the amount of goods produced in the crude workstation. So if you remember, the other cornerstone we could have gotten was to have the crude workstation move 50% faster or something like that. And we get 10 parts, which we'll use for something else. So let's go ahead and do that. We need to pick up our blueprint and we'll get the crude workstation so we can, there it is. We can make planks, fabric, bricks, and pipes. And pipes are only used for storm water. We're going to take this blueprint. It's the only one we have. And we're not going to worry about storm water. Now, what we want to do is place the crude workstation. This is, I didn't go through this before, but these different categories are what they describe, what they say here. So right now we can only make the paths that I've been making, but we'll get other roads later. Resource acquisition are all the camps and any kind of way you get stuff. There are food items that people want. I don't know if we'll get to that in the tutorial. We are getting pretty darn close to finishing. And then there's housing. We only have the 1 shelter. Industry, we just got our first one in the crude workstation. City buildings is the trading post. We could put one down and then traders will come and we can buy and sell things. And then this is decorations because it is a city builder and you can do pretty things. The pretty things, though, actually do have an effect. You actually need to put down decorations in order to upgrade your hearth. And there may be other stuff. And what is this? Oh, you can just delete things off the map if you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and build our crude workstation. This thing, oh, it's not as big as I thought it was. Maybe it's the next workstation-y thing, the next crafting thing that is bigger. Now, notice this is what it was saying in the wiki that we read before. See those lines, those dashed lines? That means this is where it can pull resources from. So it's going to build that. This thing is, by the way, well, it'll probably talk about recipes, but I'll give you some insight here. So the way this works is once it's built, we assign workers just like we do everything else, and then it will start making these things. And you can prioritize individual items. You can prioritize the whole building. You can tell it, there's different recipes to make. So here you can see, to make fabric, you can make it out of plant fiber, reed, and I don't know what that third thing is, the one that looks sort of like a weird gray fireball. So you can tell it, make your stuff out of that. You can also tell it, make it out of any of those things. Make it however you want. This can take clay or stone to make bricks, and pipes need copper bars, which we don't have. And we're not going to make pipes anyway. So, and you can prioritize the different things. You can tell it only makes so many. So you can get it as involved as you want and kind of optimize your production chain. Oh, we opened another glade. Let's see. Did we? Wait, this glade is open? How did we get through to here? Oh, I guess we opened it. There is a way. There is a way. I'm holding down Alt to do this. You can see the different camps and how and who's in them. There is a way, I thought, to do the same thing that will show up nodes, but maybe not. Let's go ahead and put some workers in here. And we'll do 1 beaver and 1 human. And is it going to tell us something? No, we just need to make 4 planks, 4 bricks, and 4 fabric. So that's going to be done in the workstation. We can turn off pipes. It's not going to matter. We're never going to make them. This is the time to do the recipe. You can see what they're working on right now. I don't remember how to do the prioritization. Oh, maybe prioritization is turned off right now for the tutorial? Well, whatever. So let's see how everything else is going. To answer your question, Gala, I think it was Gala asked, do nodes deplete? One of the little nodes here has disappeared. I think there were 3 of them before. They do definitely get depleted. Although maybe it didn't, because it looks like the veg is still there. How are we doing for housing? We have 8 extra. Okay. Let's pick up the pace. Like with all of these games, you can pick up the pace. You watch up here, this is the speed, by using the number keys. So 1 is normal speed, 2 is 1.5, 3 is 2, double speed, and 3 is times 3. Okay, that sound is the storm, just reminding us the storm is coming in 30 seconds. And everything becomes a little harder in the storm, although there are certain resources you can only get in the storm. Now, it's no longer prompting us, but we could go ahead and put additional camps to grab resources, although we can't get... Wait, do we not have forager camp? Hold on. Oh yeah, we do have forager camp. So we could put a forager camp here and see it'll get those roots for us. Now, you want to be careful not to use all of your resources building camps, and of course you have to assign people to them. So that can be an issue. We have paused now because we are in the storm, because I was on faster than 1 speed, so, or 30 seconds actually did pass. So we're going to... Oh, let me explain the storm here. No parts left. Oh, that's interesting. So we're in the storm. And when you're in the storm, these effects take place at various different hostility levels. And over time, the hostility level of the storm increases. And we'll explain all of this later. But what happens is, because we're at hostility level 0, which is the minimum, and that's what this number is here, everybody gets -4 global resolve. So you'll see these guys, this is their resolve, this green number here. You'll see it start to go down. You'll see it'll have a little arrow. I think it's a greater than sign pointing at what it's going to be. And as hostility goes up, then you get these multipliers, you get additional things that only take effect at hostility level whatever. And so you have to manage the hostility level of the storm as well. And you can see the more years you're in the forest, the more hostile the forest becomes to you. The more villagers you have, the more hostile it becomes. And then hearths reduce hostility. So no parts left. What does that mean? Parts are required to build camps and expand the village. Salvage unused camps or venture into the wilds to acquire this rare resource. That happened because I was trying to build too many camps. Wait, did these guys... Oh, that's a woodcutter's camp. Sorry, that's because I was trying to build this. So instead, we're just going to... we'll build it, whatever. What are you telling me now? What are you telling me? What happened? Did we get out of the storm? Oh, too many pauses. Oh, did we get... No, we haven't finished orders, and we don't have newcomers. Okay, we built this. Oh, right, because it allocates all the resources ahead of time. So now we have no parts to build more stuff. We're going to tell these humans, pick all those roots. And we're going to let these guys build here. How are we doing? Yeah, see, limits locked for now, it says. You're working on planks. You're working... Oh, you're hauling wood. You're working on making bricks. So, we already have 2 of each. And we can't limit them, so... because it's locked. Normally you can say, I only want you to make so many. Let's go ahead and speed it up. Storm should be almost over. Wow. Storm's taking a long time. Oh, I guess we can put a path in here. Okay, now we're back in the drizzle. So again, there are 3 seasons in the game: drizzle, clearance, and storm. And the drizzle is typically when you have to plant. We haven't gotten to farming at all. But the drizzle is typically when you have to plant. The clearance is when you harvest, I believe. Because I think if crops make it into the storm, they get destroyed, I think. I don't know. We'll find out about farming at some point. So let's just... there's no reason for us to stop here in the drizzle. And now we did... Why does it keep pausing? Oh, you'll notice now that their resolve is going up. This could be... Why would their resolve be going up? Well, oh, okay, look at this. We've got newcomers, and we've got a cornerstone. Let's take a look at our cornerstone choices. Again, we don't have to accept it, by the way, right now. We can wait. Let's see. Fiber delivery line. 15 plant fiber per minute, and it's not affected by any bonuses. And it does not contribute to production-based perks. Right. Oh, because there are certain perks you can get later that say if you harvest this many, you'll get extra. Same thing with eggs. So we've got egg delivery line. Same thing for eggs that this plant fiber one is. So let's hold on and see what else we can get here. We can get 2 lizards and a human, or one of each of the 3 races we know of. I like the variety of resources. Plus we have access to roots, and we don't currently have access to stone. So let's accept this. Let's go back to our cornerstone. There's no reason to wait, I think. So maybe we go eggs. Because I like food. I mean, who doesn't, right? And we've got 4 bricks. Now, what we want to find out is if, even though we can't lock the limits, we don't want more bricks. So because we have 4 already, I'm going to disable it, even though I think it might be smart enough to not make them. And it's now letting us know that we've played for an hour so that you can take a hydration break or whatever. Oh, and we've finished the fabric. And I think we're actually working on planks right now. Yeah, you're working on planks. So what we're going to do is I'm going to re-enable bricks. There's a point at which you want to actually deactivate the buildings so you don't use all your resources that you're harvesting because you might want them for other things. But we're about to finish the planks. And there we go. So now we're going to get plus 50% resources made. That's what that was. Yeah, sorry, I did that quickly. So plus 50% to the amount of goods produced in the crude workstation. So you'll see all of those recipes that were making 2 for us are now going to make 3. And we got 10 parts, which, by the way, is the thing that it was saying, hey, you're out of parts because you keep building. Let's go ahead and get our... Aha! So now this is the first time that our reputation bonus is giving us the choice of a blueprint. Before they were all specified, like they were all prescripted or prescribed. So these houses are specialized houses. They each do the same thing for the particular race. And by the way, the normal houses can house 3. The specialized houses can only house 2 inhabitants, but it makes them feel happier. So it will boost their resolve. So I am just going to pick which one we want based on what we have the most of. I guess I'm going to do beavers. We have 9 humans and 9 beavers, but our beavers are slightly less happy. Not that that really matters. So we're going to take the beaver house. Now, the thing about these houses, you'll notice a shelter takes 10 wood. That's what that is up there. I don't remember how to... I don't remember how to make it like sort of stay, the tooltip stay. A beaver house and all the specialized houses take planks. So that means we need to manufacture planks in here. And in fact, I am going to turn off fabric and brick so that our 2 people just make planks so we can build our beaver houses. We don't have enough resources. See, it says 4 of 8. So I'm going to rotate this. We don't have enough, but when we do have enough, they'll build it. And you can see this little symbol here says no building materials. We're missing 1 or more building materials, so they can't bring it there. we're going to schedule a second one. So this is kind of like if you've watched my Keeper RL stuff, it pre-allocates the resources. So it will... Oh. Why? There we go. I must click. It pre-allocates the resources and will... So you can sort of say, hey, I'm scheduling this blueprint, and then it will build it when those resources become available. And that's why before, when I was dropping this down, we had only parts here. Now we have 7 fabric, 6 bricks, and 0 planks. So this is the building materials, which are the more complicated thing, the more complex things, the materials that we have constructed. And this is the more basic materials, which is, so you've got wood there, because it can also act as fuel. Coal is a more efficient fuel, but we don't have any of that. No gathering nodes near Harvester's Camp. So, this answers the question from before. This has nothing it can gather. So it ate all of the, what did we have, plant fiber nodes? So what we're going to try to do is move this. This is the question that Gala asked before, I believe it was. Oh, look at that. We got a camp. We found a camp there. Let's see if there's anything. No. See that? There. Oh, wait. I take it back. We can put this here. We don't really need to, but we'll put it there. And then these nodes are going to go away. We opened this. Oh, wait. Okay. I need to slow it down now. We opened this glade and we got this herbalist camp. And so we can rebuild it or we can salvage it. If we rebuild it, then we get an herbalist camp that allows us to harvest herbs, berries, and mushrooms. Or we can salvage it. These are the resources it takes to do it. We can salvage it and we can get resources out of it. Yes, ye old CBD hut. That's exactly right. So we're going to rebuild it because I like to have different things. Oh, and we just opened another glade. So we need to assign some workers to rebuild. Oh boy. Okay, you lizards, get to work. Investigate. So it's going to take a little while, 20 seconds because we assigned so many people. And then we'll get this herbalist camp. And these are mushrooms and these are berries. So it's going to be able to do this whole area. And I think we could do... Oh, well, this tells us about it. We can read later. I thought we could get the little area around it, but we can't yet. Can I? I can't rotate it. No. Okay. So this one also got opened. Oh, okay. So where is that? Aha. So you'll notice they're idling because there are no more nodes for them to use. So this is the camp we just moved. We're gonna... Oh, you're doing something. What are you doing? What is... Clay? Oh, yeah. Huh. Okay, let's move these guys. And we're going to move them here. I'm not going to bother putting in a path right now. Hey, Jess, I'm always winning. I'm always winning when you guys are in chat. There you go. And then we're going to unpause. This thing is going to be done very quickly. Very quickly. Oh, the reason it's not ticking down is because our lizards are on their way over here with the resources. So you'll see this guy, and he has to come to the front door. This is where a path is useful. No gathering near Harvester's Camp. This camp is out of stuff. Let's move them. I think we might remove this camp. And we'll put it here. These guys are working on it, so we should see... Yes, only 11 seconds left. I don't know why my screen does that weird black business. Maybe you don't even see it. Okay, we need to open... Aha. Okay, our newest order is open a dangerous glade or a forbidden one. I don't think there are any forbidden ones, but maybe there are. Change scrolls to fabric in the ancient shrine. What now? And deliver an ancient tablet. I don't know what that's all about. You guys need to be making planks. Are you making planks? Yes, you are. You're just super slow. Wow. Okay, let's add people in here. Well, I have 2 of those lizards that just fix this thing up. And now you can see here, it's going to get us mushrooms and berries. Let's go ahead and make a path. So everything up to this point has been trivial to achieve, but you'll notice that the orders that we just got are not trivial. Oh, can we move this now? We can. So what we're going to do is rotate it so it's closer to the path. And then we're going to put the path in. So, yeah, you'll notice this order that we have is open a dangerous glade, change scrolls to fabric in ancient shrine, and... Hey, Val, yeah, don't pay attention to chat. We saw how that worked in Eurovision Truck Driver yesterday. Not well. And we need to deliver an ancient tablet. I think that's all in the dangerous glade. Yeah, that's all in this glade. So we'll open this thing up and it'll probably essentially hand us the keys to finishing. You can see the beavers are now going to become happier because they are in dedicated housing. So you can see you can see how the resolve is calculated. It's not showing it to us. Okay, it looks like in the tutorial they're limiting some of the information they give us. Yeah. You know what? I have to pause to think to call it Euro Truck Sim. Eurovision just pops right off my head. It's true. Everybody does love a happy beaver. Okay. Why are you pausing? Are we about to go into... Yes, I think we just hit the clearance. Nope. We have newcomers. Who do we want? We can get clay. Oh, we can get an extra lizard. Or we can get some leather. Let's go ahead and get some leather. We do have enough housing for people. And let's go ahead and do what it said. I mean, I'm inclined to sit around a little bit and let these things happen. But maybe we just finish the tutorial because I think that is what's going to happen. So we're going to take our wood cutters thing. We're going to move it over here. And that will allow us to open this dangerous glade. Okay, thanks, Gala. Sleep well. We definitely will deforest, and I'll think of you as we're doing it. I have to hit move on this again so I can rotate it. And then we're going to hit F and open this up. And just as a reminder, you can... Whoops, that's not what I meant. If you hit F, you've got this big thing. I'm holding shift now, and we can pick one tree at a time. That's one of the things you might do when you're going into a dangerous glade, so you know when it's going to get opened. Okay, Jess, thanks for joining. Happy birthday. Okay, so let's speed it up a little. Feel free to chime in and chat. Anybody. Obviously, I've got our regulars chatting, but any of these new folks that are watching, feel free to ask questions, offer guidance. I mean, I know we're just doing the tutorial right now. I did play a bunch of this about a year ago, and since then they've added 2 DLCs, which I do have, but I've not even gotten to. So we're waiting for these trees to be cut down. Actually, what is our other woodcutters camp doing? You guys are idle, right? Oh no, you're not quite idle, but we're going to move you anyway. And we'll move you here, so we'll get into this Forbidden Glade more quickly. What do you mean follow your orders? Oh, look, it's basically telling us, hey, you have orders. You're being too slow. Get off your ass. And, sorry, I'm firmly planted on my ass. What is... Oh, this means change. Okay. Didn't know what that little rotation symbol was. So we are following the orders. This is just the nag alert. Come on, you guys. Get off your ads. No ads here. So you can see why in the tutorial there's no way you're going to get this impatience thing all the way up here. We're just not encountering anything that's really increasing the queen's impatience. So we're in the storm now, which is why it paused. But again, the storm is only a hostility of 0. It will get... What are we at? Yeah, 54. Next year we're only... Yeah, see, it's really forgiving right now. So we're never really going to have storm issues. Or hostility issues. Okay, cut those trees. We're going to open this thing up. Down here, for those who've joined a little bit later, are all of our buffs, or all of the permanent effects. or effects that are affecting us now, like a hostility thing from the storm is obviously not a buff. And this will go away when we leave the storm to the drizzle. Okay, now we've paused because we opened this glade. And it has this ancient shrine. Now, if we go look here at our orders, open dangerous glade, which we just did, it says change scrolls to fabric in the ancient shrine. So we need to get scrolls, which presumably we're going to be able to do. So the ancient shrine is the thing we just found. We need to deliver one ancient tablet to... I think we delivered to the queen. I'm not sure. And then we get 30 amber, which is the trade currency of the realm. So let's take a look. This is one of the challenges. So ancient shrine, dangerous glade event. This is what we read earlier, where the forbidden and dangerous shrines have special events that have detrimental effects, but you can also get big bonuses out of them. Some of them are really nasty, but also amazing. An ominous shrine from a long forgotten era. It's dangerous, but it might hold some ancient knowledge useful to the crown. So, of course, because it's the tutorial and the whole thing is scripted, we're going to get the tablet that we need to finish our orders. And this is the curse of the... So this is what happens if we wait too long. So we get the curse of our forefathers. Disturbing the ruins of the great civilization can have grave consequences. Kills 3 random villagers if we don't solve it quickly enough. So, like here, it'll say... These effects, threats. These effects will trigger if the event isn't completed in time. We have 44 seconds. If we assign 3 people, I'm sure we can do it, except we don't have scrolls? Oh boy. I don't know how we convert scrolls to fabric. Unavailable in the tutorial. Select, to change to another resource. Oh, this is exactly, okay. See, this is very smart in the tutorial. This is what I was talking about with some of the other stuff where you can sort of select the resource you want to use for this, and you have choices. In this case, it defaults to scrolls. We don't have scrolls, and it even says that it's unavailable in the tutorial. So click, and you can use fabric. So now we have the resources to finish this. We have 44 seconds before this curse kills 3 of our people. It's going to take 1 minute 30 seconds, but we can assign 3 people, and that should speed it up to 30 seconds. Now the challenge is, can our people get here quickly enough? Because this 30 seconds won't start ticking down until our people make it to the shrine. Let's investigate and see. But we'll go on normal speed instead of 1.5. And excuse me 1 second, I have to drink some water. Yeah, so this, in response to what Regressive was saying, these dangerous glades have curses, and the forbidden ones as well have curses, and you have to unwind them. And so we have 12 seconds left. Oh, we're not going to make it. 3 of our guys are going to die. Because it took them too long to get there. Oh, this guy's taking a coffee break. You bastard. You bastard. Okay. Look at that. Look, there's the curse coming. Here it is. Maybe you can kill that slacker. Here it comes. Oh, look at that. It killed somebody here. It killed 2 of our guys here. Oh, man. And then we lost a lizard. And we lost a human and 2 lizards. And 2 of them were the harvesters here. A builder is just somebody who isn't assigned a job. So we do have... Oh, we have no builders. What happened? Why did we're in the drizzle now. God damn, there's too many pauses. So we should, though, have finished. Yes, so we get our reward. So they're going to bring the ancient tablet back, and then we'll be able to do something with it. See, we did. It's dangerous glade. Change scrolls to fabric. Oh, that's what... It didn't mean convert. This was actually part of the tutorial. It was telling us, hey, you need to switch the resource that's required. And then they are going to bring the ancient tablet back for us. So we're just about done with the tutorial, I believe. And then you get to see kind of the rest of the game. Because there's so much more to it than just building a single settlement. So let's just let it go. They're bringing back resources. Okay, we did it. Here we go. So we're going to get 30 amber and 1 more reputation, but you'll notice we're at 6 of 7. So as soon as we do this, we win. And there it is. Settlement complete. So that's the tutorial settlement. So each time you finish a settlement, you get experience, you get some kind of reward, because you can bring supplies when you start a new settlement, so that helps you get... Oh, actually, in this case, this is one of the currencies I was talking about. Later, you get resources that you can embark with. Now, what it's also telling us, and this happens like every time you finish a settlement, you get more and more stuff unlocked. So there's like a monster tech tree in some sense, although it's sort of tech. It's sort of a bunch of stuff. Bread doesn't buy you... Yeah, it doesn't buy you tech. It buys you food creation things. We'll find out together in just a moment. And so these are all the buildings that we can get now. See, we actually didn't even see the farm field. These are all the buildings we can get now in our next settlement. So here we are. Oh, wait, what? What are you... No, I didn't want to start again. What? We're supposed to be at the city. Oh my god, did it flip out? No! Oh, what? Oh, this is more of the tutorial. Check it out. Okay, we're not going to go back to the city yet. The Queen's Envoy. Villagers with low resolve will start leaving, increasing the Queen's impatience. You see, this human has low resolve, but it's going to go to 16, so I don't even know what that's about. Oh, but see that? 60 seconds until one of our humans leaves, and we only have 3 humans. They are unhappy. So let's play. It's teaching us about resolve because this is a core component of the game. The Queen's Envoy says, keeping resolve exceptionally high will grant passive reputation over time. Look, oh, look at that. No, it's teaching us all the stuff I was trying to look at before. Satisfying your villagers' needs with complex food, homes, and services will increase their resolve. So remember, I said a number of times that there are so many mechanics. There are so many mechanics. But you don't always have to pay attention to all of them. Okay, we got more dudes. Each species has a different mix of needs. It's hard to please everyone all of the time. That's true. And sometimes it's probably going to talk about it. Sometimes you favor one over the other. Farmers can plant only on farm fields, and those can only be built on fertile soil. Crops are planted in the first season drizzle and harvested during the second clearance. Yes, you can please no one. Wait, Cranky, you're suggesting you shouldn't even try? Is that what you're saying? Yes, that's right. Work, plebs, work. Oh, it's too bad that Gela left the stream. That was actually one of the first things I ever heard her say when she was doing Manor Lords. So it wants us to build a farm, harvest grain, and serve some ale in a tavern. So the tavern stuff we're going to see here. Oh, that's our overarching goal? Okay. Reputation points. Oh yeah, this is... Okay, we went through all of this. Now we're going to see... Yeah, now we're going to see how it is a little closer to how the game normally works. We get to choose a blueprint. That's why this thing is flashing. And we still get 1 blueprint per reputation point, which is very, very generous relative to how difficult the game can be, or at harder difficulties. Oh, but we're not even getting a choice. Oh, of course not, because it wants us to farm. So now we're going to get the farm, and it lets us grow vegetables and grain. So we're going to put down the farm fields first. So we're going to take all this area and just cover it with farm field. Now, as you'll see here, a small farm works like all the rest of the stuff. It has a range at which it can affect things. So you'll notice, now we can, I believe if I remove the farm field, we can actually stomp on the fertile soil, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to see, oh man, we're just going to let those 2 little areas. Oh no, we can't play. Oh, what is this? Hold on, this is a different resource here. Yeah, let's just do that. And then we'll do... Oh, you know what? Why don't we put down this farm first, and then we will put down the fields to reflect what we can cover. Well, in this case, it looks like we can cover all of it. So let's put down the fields. Remember, we have to do both. And the other thing it said that I went through pretty quickly is that you You sow in the drizzle, and you harvest in the clearance. See what's going on in our hearth. Got a lizard, that's what we want. Everybody's building this stuff. Everybody's homeless, which is going to make them unhappy. So they're laying out the fields. I guess they're plowing the fields? I'm not sure. I'm not a farmer. Oh, and then we have more orders. Right. So our objective for these orders... Oh, I don't know if you were watching closely, but it used to just be orders and trading post. Now we have recipes and trends. So like any good game with logistics and production chains, you need graphs. Because what are these games if not really, really pretty Excel sheets? So, and recipes is the recipes we know for making things. See, like we did the bricks and the pipes and the plant. Well, we didn't make pipes, but right now, what we need to do is create a small farm, which we're working on, and plow 6 fields, which we've already got 19 because I'm crazy. And we're going to get barrels, which are an input to another recipe, if I recall correctly. Let's go ahead and put down those paths, because I like to do that, like I said before. Oops. Oh, see, I put that farm in a bad spot. Now they have to go around. Oh, well. Let's put somebody in here to farm. And you'll notice that the humans are better farmers. Let's do 1 in each. Actually, no. Let's go crazy. 2 humans there. 1 human there. And there is a thing... Excel sheets and algebra are just other ways to summon demons to do your work for you. Yes, those demons are also sometimes known as peons, as Crank just pointed out. Our orders are ready. We already did it. So we're going to get barrels. We'll find out what barrels do in a second. Let's check our next orders. Sometimes I think you get multiple orders. This time it wants us to create a woodcutter's camp, or 2 woodcutters camps, and 2 shelters, which, you know, can do, and we get a couple beavers and a bunch of resources, and of course some reputation. So let's take a blueprint. Shelter, which we didn't have. Now later when you play the game, you actually start with a bunch of these blueprints. Like I think you always start with the basic shelter, but you don't necessarily start with the species specific shelters. Oh, I think you can... Yeah, see, you can mirror them so they look pretty. Pretty is important, just FYI. How many shelters did it want us to build? Just 2. We're building 4 because I like to overdo things. But we don't have enough wood because we started with some wood, but we haven't harvested any. So let's go ahead and put down a woodcutter's camp. Put it here. And maybe we put in a second one. I usually like to have 2 for sure. Let's take a look at our glades. So we don't have any dangerous... no, we don't have any dangerous glades that we're abutting. Why don't we open... Let me see, we're going to want to get to this dangerous glade. Why don't we open this one? So we'll put another woodcutter's camp here. And then we're going to chop wood first. I'm going to hold... Oops. Yeah, isn't it? Why can't I chop wood? Oh, I can't chop wood until... Oops. I can't hit the F key until we actually have a woodcutter's camp. Throw some beavers in here. And... Where's our second woodcutter's camp? Did I not put... Oh, there it is. Oh, I went crazy. And we're going to put another beaver here. Crank, you are so funny. Okay, so now these guys are going to... Actually, we need to... Because we're out of wood, we need to just add more... We need all the woodcutters we can get, even if they're not specialized. This is going to leave us 2 workers. And then what I'm going to do is, now that we can chop, I'm going to hold down control so we don't go into the glade accidentally. I want to focus on getting wood first. And I believe we start with the... Yes, we start with the crude workstation. So we're going to put that down... Oh man, I'm making a mess here. Let's put that down... Oh, what a total mess. Let's put that down here. No, I think he meant chattel. So you can see our houses are now getting built. Oh, we got a cornerstone. See that? I didn't even notice. So, cornerstones. Let's see what we got. Barrel delivery line. 5 barrels per minute. Or 50% to the amount of goods produced in the small farm. Well, we know that part of our... Didn't we... Wasn't... I think our overarching goal... Where's our overarching goal? Our overarching goal was to produce ale of some sort, right? So we're going to need barrels for that. Let's do barrels. Hey, all you viewers. Thanks for watching the stream. This was actually the second attempt at this stream today because my internet decided, or I think one of my switches decided to suck. Okay, we finished our orders. So now we're going to get those gears and a couple more beavers and some stone. And we have new orders, of course. So now it wants us to have a small trapper's camp and 5 meat. And we're going to get a bunch of... Oh, we're going to get a bunch of manufactured resources so we don't need to do it in our workshop that I'm building. So let's go ahead and get that blueprint. Whoa. A small trapper's camp. So let's see... Okay, so these things, what are these things? These are slickshell broodmothers. So these are, well, let's read it. Small slickshells are crawling out of the openings in the broodmother's shell. It's easy to collect them, requiring a gathering camp. So we're going to do that. And FYI, we're eating escargot now because we're living large. I want to make sure there's enough space for them to get in there. Oh, wow, I am really messing up the layout. Why don't we put this like that? And then we'll go ahead. Yeah, I jacked the path up big time, like screwing up the farm. What's happening here? Did we lose a farmer? Oh, these guys, what is their problem? They're idle. Why are they idle? Oh, because they've sown the fields. But because we are... Yes, because we're about to move into the clearance. So remember that you... We're paused. Okay, good. So remember, you sow in the drizzle and you harvest in the clearance. So we're about to transition into the clearance. So these two guys who are idle, these two humans who are idle, are going to start harvesting. And there's a sort of extra bit of strategy around this, or optimization, because you want to get all your fields planted in the drizzle and then all of them harvested in the clearance. Otherwise, they get lost. So let's go ahead and hit play. You'll notice this exclamation point will go away. All right, thanks, Blonde. Sleep well. Oh, we paused again. Why did we pause? Oh, because we have newcomers. So, what do we want? Leather, or grain, clay, and roots, and 3 people. I think I'll take these resources. I don't think it matters too much to us. So you're going to see... Yeah, see, they all... See that? They all ripened, I guess. And so now people are harvesting, so that exclamation point went away. Now we need to equip somebody here. Now, lizards get a bonus here, so they're going to get extra meat from these brood shells. And I think it's time... How much wood do we have? Oh, actually, I was going to say I think it's time to go into this glade, but I'm going to wait till we have a little more wood. Oh, and this is our workshop. Oof, I'm using all of our people. We'll put 1 beaver in here. I think we put 2. Why not? Okay, these beavers are going to make... Well, we're not going to make pipes, even though we can't make pipes, so we don't have the resources for it. I'm just going to disable it so it doesn't confuse me. You can see we can make bricks from clay or stone. We don't have a source of stone. We do have a source of clay. I don't think we can make that, though. Oh, yes, we can. Stonecutter's Camp. So we can put a Stonecutter's Camp here and get this clay. Oh, and this is a... See how it has 2 stars? I believe that means it's a large one. But we are going to have to assign somebody. Yeah, we're going to have to actually open another glade anyway. Why don't we... All right, we'll get a little more wood. And we're going to wait for this. What do we get from these orders? Oh, that's right. That's right. We get manufactured goods. So that's perfect. So I don't have to worry too much about resources in here. Okay, now we need to equip somebody here. Running low on builders. Are we going to get... We don't get people from this, just resources. But we did get another reputation point. So we get the smokehouse. Wow. Wow. We're not paying any attention to the rain engine stuff. That's later. So pick a smokehouse. And what do you want me to do with a smokehouse? You want us to build a smokehouse. We want to enable the jerky recipe. And then we want to produce 20 jerky. And we will get... Oh, this is... Okay, remember earlier in the stream when I said your settlers have to drag around the resources to different sites? So the builders can carry resources from the warehouse to the build site. And I believe builders will also carry... Like the non-assigned workers will carry stuff from the camps so that the workers at those camps don't need to, but I could be wrong. And we'll get some barrels, and we apparently will get nets, but that, I don't know where the water would be, but that's not important now. So we need to build a smokehouse. I'm going to have to probably reduce some of our other stuff. So you can see the little white lines there showing where they'll get resources directly from. Yeah, I've really jammed stuff in. You know what we can do is move you over here. Still don't think we're going to fit the smokehouse. Yeah. But maybe we can fit it there? There. It looks like it fits here. And I think the door was here, if I didn't screw that up. But we are going to run out of people. So I'm going to let this guy finish and then take him out. He's going to make us some fabric. Beautiful. We're going to take him out, so we'll just have one person at the crude workshop, and that's fine. Let's pick up the pace a little. And smokehouse is almost done. See it rising from the ground. Very realistic. And it's done. So I went back to normal speed. We need to assign somebody here. Oh, we need lizards because they get bonuses. So where do we have some lizards we can co-opt? Well, it's holding down the Alt button and it shows me all of the different camps or it shows me all of the different buildings and who's where. So, oh, we only have a total of 3 lizards, and 2 of them we're actually getting the benefit over here. So, oh, and the third one's in here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to this thing, and we're going to take you out of here, replace you with a human. We're going to put a lizard in here, so we get that bonus. I wouldn't mind getting some more people. 2 minutes. What did we start? Oh, we're now starting the storm. Okay, this is what I was showing you before. So now we have, oh my gosh, we have hostility level 0. So it won't affect us yet. But when we get up to hostility level 1, then anybody homeless has a plus 10% chance of dying every 60 seconds during the storm. So you can see how these high hostility things can be a problem. So you want to keep your hostility as low as possible. Or, in this case, we can make sure that everybody has a roof over their head. We unfortunately already don't have that. We have 3 homeless people. Oops. So, let's hit play. We're going to stay on normal speed. We're going to build some houses. And I might have to take apart... Oh, I can't build it there because we have resources. Oh boy. Okay, I might have to take apart some of our camps. We could use the resources, and I'm not sure they're doing us all that much good. Are you working? Okay. I really want some people. So just for clarity, though, because we're only at hostility level 0, this homeless thing is not going to affect us. It will only affect us when we get to 1. Oh, but we do have the smokehouse. Right, so we need to enable the jerky recipe. Wait a minute. Enable meat in the jerky recipe. Oh, yeah, it's got insects. We want meat. And then each of these, when the recipes run, will do 10 for us. We're going to increase the priority here. Not that it matters because we're not making pottery or incense. But we can do that. So you can go up to 3, I think it is. Yeah. We'll make it 1 because we can. Not that it matters in the slightest. This lizard... Oh, this lizard was making pottery. You see that? That's why I needed to limit it. You jackass. And... what else do we want to do? Oh, you know what? These guys should be idle. What are they? Oh, they're just... Oh, yeah, let's open this. What happened? Oh, we're about to leave. Yeah, we're about to go to the drizzle. So you're going to see our fields are going to get planted. We're going to open up this glade and see what's in there. Everybody's getting happier. You can see the resolve is going up. These blue lines here, they show you... Let's see, so see where it says reputation threshold? That means once you get to 30, or in this case 30, in this case it's going to be also 30, these guys lower, 15. Once we get these guys to 15 resolve, we start gaining bonus reputation. Let's see what's in here. Small abandoned cache. So we just need to send somebody here to break it open, or we can send it to the Citadel with those tools that I told you before are super valuable. But we can get amber, which I really thought amber comes to us, but we can also get additional reputation if we want to speed through here. I'm going to do this because I want the insects so we can make more jerky. And we don't have any of the other resources that we would use to open this, so we're going to use stone. We need to assign a worker. Oops. Oh boy.
Oh, we know.
Well, and then we want to choose this reward. Choose this reward. There we go. We're going to tell it to investigate. So we're low on dudes. Wait a minute. We have newcomers. Awesome. Oh, and we're going to get 3 lizards. I want 3 lizards because their resolve is close. Like, they need 15. So we're going to take those 3 lizards. And if we can get... Oh, now they're going to 9. Maybe that's because we just got new ones. We need to give them houses. 20 jerky in the smokehouse. We want to add another lizard here. In fact, we can add another lizard here for jerky making. And we still have 1 worker. That's no good. We got a cornerstone now. Let's see what we got. Efficient brewing. Plus 50% to the amount of goods produced in the brewery. Or specialized grain farming technique. Grain production increases by +1 every 25 times it's produced. Oh, this is that thing before where if you look here, it says 5 barrels per minute, but it's not affected by production bonuses and does not contribute to production-based perks. That is a production-based perk. So you see here grain bags. It says you get additional grain production every 25 times it's produced. This chain thing does not do that for us. I think we'll do brewing. I don't know that it matters that much. I mean, I don't know enough to know whether it matters. We've got another field here we could farm. I think we'll wait on that. How are you doing here? You're not even there yet. What are you doing? Oh, you're gathering your stone, you bastard. Yeah, he can only bring 5 at a time. That's why it's useful to have the builders be able to carry more, which we get for finishing this orders. Okay, I'm going to have to take some people off of jobs because we need more builders. We have no more homeless people, though. Our lizards are at 12. Okay, now, is there anything we can do to get them to 15? What do they like to eat? They like to eat jerky. There's a whole food management thing that I think might be locked right now. Let's see. Oops. Recipes panel. Yeah, wait. Right. No, I don't believe we can get to the food thing. I'm not sure where it is. Yeah. Okay, well, let's just let it go. I'm going to speed it up a little. Let's see how we're doing with the jerky. Everybody's making jerky. It's crazy. Look at all these lizards go. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? We wanted to change this to meat. Well, we had the insects. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, check this out. So you can make it... So I turned on meat when I meant to turn off insects as well, but you actually can use any of the resources. So we are using both insects and meat for our jerky. And then you can use anything as fuel to do it, but we only have wood. No suitable trees near Woodcutter's camp. Let's slow it down. Which camp is that? This one? Okay, we can fix that. Let's find a glade we want to open, maybe. Oh, right. I wanted to work our way to the dangerous glade. So let's go ahead and move you. Oops, sorry. Move you. I don't remember the hotkey. It's probably M, though. Here. Oops, here. And then what we're going to say is F. Oops, F. And I'm holding down Control. Actually, let's see if I can do Control-Shift. And I created a one-tree path all the way here without going into the glade. We'll break open that glade when we're ready. And then I'm just going to have it do that so that we're one tree away from breaking into the dangerous glade. Right, this is dangerous, not forbidden? Yeah. I don't know if we have a forbidden here. Meanwhile, what's happening here? Woodcutter's camp. Avoid glades as marked. Oh, you also need to move. Okay, let's move you. You know what? Let's go ahead and just do that here. And we'll put them... We can't put them there. We can put them there. Order's ready. Okay, we did it. We made 30 jerky, which is great. So if we had the food thing... Oh, yeah, check it out. Okay, so because these guys like jerky, then their resolve is going to go up. And if we get them to 15, to this little blue line right there, then we're going to start getting extra resolve. So you see how it says plus 0.00 per minute? We're going to be able to get a little bit more. So that's awesome. Let's take that. Let's go to our orders. The next one is create a brewery. Enable the barrels in ale, right? And then produce 20 ale. So this is pretty straightforward. And then we're going to get mushrooms, barrels, and planks for finishing it. So we can do that. We have that power. Is that industry? Sorry, industry. No. Food production? No. No. Oh, I didn't get the I didn't get the blueprint yet. So brewery, right. Now it's industry. Brewery. This thing is pretty big if I'm... Yeah. Mm-hmm. So maybe we... Let's take a look here. Yes, okay, we're going to move this house... Because houses can be on the fringe of your territory. The paths don't matter for the houses unless they change that. Let's go ahead and... I heard indestructible and brewery. I don't know about indestructible. Did I say indestructible? I could have. It's possible. We're going to put our brewery here in the worst possible spot. We're going to be anal and move this workshop over here for a second. Then we're going to put down our brewery. Right there. We're going to take you and move you here. My brain messes with me all the time. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Our lizards are at 16. And they only needed 15 for being happy. So, oh yeah, we're not favoring right now. We could do that though, but we're not going to worry about that. So, They are giving us, why doesn't it say what they're giving us? Oh yes, see, there it is, down at the bottom. Plus 0.08 reputation per minute, which doesn't sound like a lot, but all these things do add up. Right? And if we just get a single extra reputation point, then we win that much faster. How are these guys doing on this? I want to get into that dangerous glade just because we can. Wait, didn't you already... Oh, this slow guy is still getting the herbs out of this thing. Wow, what a lazy beaver. He's not eager at all. Aha, we're in the clearance, so now we're going to get veggies and grain harvested? I don't know, some kind of food harvested. I'm going to pick up the pace a little. Oh, we have newcomers. So we're doing so well with lizards, I'm inclined to take more lizards. But we also have a need for farmers. Oh, and somebody I think is... Wait a minute. Okay, this is where we don't have to take them just yet. Where is the brewery? How far? Okay, so now with the brewery, it's humans that have the specialization on it. So maybe we go human. Maybe we take 2 humans. Yeah, let's do 2 humans. And we're probably going to have some homeless. We do. We have a homeless somebody. We're going to need to build another house. We can just stick that house there. And we'll stick that house there. That'll give us room for 6 more. So we'll have 5 overhead. This is built. We're going to stick our humans in there. They get extra brewing. Now, we don't want porridge or a pack of crops. We just want ale. And we want to activate roots and grain. I don't want to actually activate roots. We have so much grain, I'm just going to go for grain. And maybe we find something else to do with the roots. How long has the brewer been getting herbs for? Beaver been getting herbs for. Oh, how long is the beaver? Like an entire year. Like an entire year that beaver has been getting those herbs. Oh, I think are they finally done? Yeah, they finally finished. Wait, no. Yeah, this is where it was. It was right up here. Are we not mining this? Who's getting our clay? Oh, I guess we're okay. Oh, enable barrels in the brewing recipe. We need to do that. That's the smokehouse. Where? Here we go. Enable barrels. Right. We don't want that. We want barrels. Okay, these guys are brewing. And in fact, as soon as they finish that... Oh, wrong one. As soon as they finish this, we're going to hit this orders because they're 15 each. And we're going to get... we only need 20. So we'll get a total of 30. These guys are happy. And if we can make them happier, we're going to get more than that 0.8. See, now we're getting 0.9. I think it's as they sit there above their reputation threshold. The longer they sit there, the more reputation we get per minute. And that's why you want the menu stuff, the ability to like manipulate what food they're allowed to get, because then you can make sure that they only eat jerky. So actually, let me pause here. It explained this at the beginning of this bit of the tutorial, but each of these things lets us know different things that they like. So they want lizard housing. This will help with their happiness, their resolve. They like to eat jerky, and they like to eat skewers. What is this one? Oh, these are other things that are affecting it going up. These are other things that would affect it going down. Brawling. Oh yeah, these are so these are food items. These are services that can happen. So each of the buildings will can grant services. I don't think though that. Yeah, this is a brewery. A tavern will grant like entertainment services to make them happier. So, and each of these different races has different foods that they like, and also clothing that like. See, these guys want coats. These guys want pie, or it's different like manufacturables. These guys want coats. So there's different ways that you can kind of optimize their resolve. In fact, the other thing you can do is you can favor somebody. So we could, oh my God. Yeah. So this would bump it to 21. Let's do that. So now it's at the cost, so it gives you +5. It's at the cost of -5 for the others. But now we're going to get even more reputation because they're going to stay above 15. Okay, so. Oh, hey, Frank. Thanks for bringing all these people to the yard. I know about your milkshake. So we're going to finish these orders. We get some mushrooms, some barrels. Oh, now we're going to see. Now it's going to tell us about services. Okay, let's read we have orders next too, but. Okay, this is what I was explaining. I'm not going to read this whole thing because, again, if I wanted to read, I'd buy a book. But our villagers do need to eat in order to survive. So every few minutes, they'll go on a break, gather around the hearth, be lazy, and eat some food. And when they get hungry, they lose resolve. And if we get... even if you grow vegetables on your farms. Yeah, so basically, again, I'm not going to read it all, even though I'm going to talk about not reading it all as long as it would take me to read it all, which is awesome. But basically, what I said before, you can have basic foods and you can have complex foods, and each species wants complex foods, and it will help with their resolve. Services. Villagers fulfill their most basic... Excuse me. Villagers fulfill their most basic needs, such as food or clothing, at the hearth, and need only fight. Actually, the lizards do like to fight. Only the right goods to do so. However, there's a separate category of needs that require not only resources, but also a special type of building. These are called services. Service needs include leisure, luxury, religion. To fulfill them, the village must have the suitable service building, like a tavern or a market. And they don't physically go there to fulfill it. They will still rest at their hearth as usual, but for them to fulfill the need for leisure, a tavern must be present and operating somewhere in the settlement. So we're going to go ahead and build that in a minute. Except we don't have the blueprint, probably. So we want to build... Oh, actually, we're about to get the blueprint, I think. So it wants us to build a tavern and then fulfill our villagers' need for leisure. And I think the humans and the beavers like the tavern one. The lizards don't care as much. Let's get this tavern. And then it's a city building. Tavern. Oh, hold on one second. So, before, much earlier in the stream, Gala asked, hey, is there a limit on the amount you can store? And the answer is yes. In our big warehouse, there's a limit. And that's why you would create small warehouses so you can get extra resources or extra storage. The best way to drink. Yes, Frank, the best way to drink water is to float it in bourbon. I actually prefer, when drinking bourbon, to just use a dot, like just a little drop of water. It opens the bourbon up and keeps the water from polluting it. Let's see if we can get this thing in here. We don't even have the space. We have to get it inside the yellow area. Okay, so what we're going to do is move this house over here. The houses are also like the service buildings. They don't need to be accessible. They just need to exist. And then now we're going to build our tavern. I don't really know why you need an entrance if they don't actually go there, but we'll see. All right, so they can make luxury items, and they can meet the luxury need, and they can meet the leisure need. And if we have 3 guys in here, then they also get this Gleeman's Tales. So every evening, a Gleeman, which is like a bard as far as I remember, tells stories about past glories and times before the Great Civil War. So it gives +3 to global reserve. So, and you can't do 2 taverns. So what we're going to do is try to assign... Oh, see, look at this. The humans get bonuses here. Let's assign one of each of those guys, and we're going to optimize our distribution here. I think we're going to close down this farm for now. Well, let me... Okay, are you harvesting? What are we in? Are we in the drizzle? We're in the clearance. Okay, we're going to let them clear. Then I think we're going to deactivate this building. Yeah, okay, deactivate that building. We're in the storm. That gives us back 1 extra dude. Let's go over here. Oh, well, we don't... Wait a minute. I assign these guys to construction? Oh, whatever. Oh, maybe they're going to build it and then they will occupy it. Let's see what happens. Now, I don't know what these guys do in the storm. What are they doing? I don't know what they do during the storm. Maybe they're just prepping the fields. Yeah, sorry, Frank. This is against the storm. Yeah, this is against the storm. I decided to punt on RimWorld since so many people have seen RimWorld, and I just really wanted to show this thing off. You're idle. Why are you idle? Oh, because okay, let's slow down a second. There's nothing for it to harvest. And I think we haven't found anything else for it to harvest. Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep it, or we're going to deactivate it. So we just freed up 2 guys, but we're going to have a problem because we're going to run out of meat. So now we're going to open this up. So let's go ahead and knock that down. We're going to move this thing closer. In fact, we're going to move both of them closer. Yeah, I see that you're back, Blonde. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so these guys are going to break into this dangerous glade. That's going to be fun. We're already starting to fulfill leisure, you'll notice. What? Why are you idle? Do we not have enough ale? We might not have enough ale. We don't have enough ale, so we need to start making more ale. Why are you guys not producing ale faster? Get on it, you bastards. We have plenty of barrels, and we have plenty of grain. Wow, I wonder if we should make another brewery. Well, I still want the +3. I want the +3 resolve from the Gleeman's Tales. We open this dangerous glade. Now a glade. Now we need to be careful. So this requires a trapper's camp, which I believe we just deactivated. Oh, so this is a small trapper's camp. I don't think this thing can mine the large ones. Yeah, see, it can't mine. This is a large repository, or whatever it is, resource node. Meanwhile, we actually need to deal with, because it's a dangerous glade, we need to deal with the big problems. So this one is a weaver. This is just an extra building that we can't normally get, and it will allow us to make, like, fabric, I think it is. And, in fact, let's take a look. It allows us to make fabric, boots, and training gear, which are different things that the species want. Oh, what is this? Inscribed monolith. Oh, okay, so when I was showing you before that we can do decorations, there are different types of decorations. Like this one is harmony? Yeah, there's different types of decorations. Harmony, aesthetics, see the blue there, and comfort. And so based on the different type of decoration, you can use that to upgrade your hearth. So this is just a free harmony item that we can move later. But the primary thing we want to do here to avoid whatever this is the fisherman's rituals. Heavy clouds are gathered around the sacrifice totem. The storm's duration is increased by 100%. You can see why that might suck. While drizzle and clearance seasons are decreased by 50%. That also might suck. And we get 1 impatience point. Wow. And this will keep, if I remember correctly, this will keep cycling. So how are we going to get rid of this? Oh boy. I don't think we have any. Okay, we're 1 short on the planks. Or we can perform the ritual. Okay, so if we finish this and burn it down, we get 30 boots and 30 grain. Or we can convert it to a totem of denial, which will give us 3 global resolve and counts as 4 decorations of its type. That requires ale, which we can make. Wait. Oh yeah, okay. And what is this? Ritual of denial. Fishermen hate fire and will do anything in their power to extinguish... What? Oh, okay. One of the ways you can keep the fire lit or keep everybody's resolve up is by burning things in the... listen, it's my channel, so you're going to learn words on my channel. That's how it works. That's why Blonde calls me Dr. Hoos. Anyway, I think we're going to try this. Because I don't think I've ever done this, and this seems so good. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off all this other stuff. Hey. Turn off all this other stuff, even though we don't have it. And we're going to tell it, use ale, which is the only thing we have. We could use any of these things, but we don't have them. All right, some of these are on. I meant to turn them off, and I'm screwing it up. We just want ale. That's all we have. Okay, so I don't believe there's a way to do anything like prioritize. So we need to assign workers. We're going to assign those two guys. I'm going to tell them... No, I don't want scrolls. What? No, I want ale. There we go. They're going to use ale, and we're going to tell them to investigate. Okay, now, they need to get over there and do it. And actually, I think we're going to crush it, because it has 13 minutes. Are we paused? Yeah. It has 13 minutes. With these two guys working on it, it takes 2.5 minutes once they deliver the ale there. So the other thing we're going to do to make sure we don't consume all our ale, although it may just have been allocated just by doing that, but I'm not certain and I can't take the risk, is we want to go here and we're going to turn off leisure for a moment. Oh, I can't. Unlock consumption control by buying an obsidian archive. What the? Oh, we need to upgrade our tech tree. So instead, you bastards. I think we'll be okay. Let's just risk it. This is the smokehouse. We don't want smokehouse. We want... Yeah, we're fine. We're going to keep making ale. It should be fine. Okay, this is amazing. Except that we don't have any ale right now. Damn. Okay, we're going to deactivate this. You'll notice as soon as I deactivated it, everybody's resolve started going down. But we did get 3 more dudes, so they can all suck it. And we're back in the drizzle. Of course, we need to turn the tavern back on in order to finish those orders. How are we doing? Are they there? They're bringing... Okay, they're bringing enough ale between the two of them to perform this ritual. So once they perform the ritual, we can... it's going to take 2.5 minutes, which is great. So now that we know they're carrying it with them, we're going to activate this and we're going to stick some people in here. I would love to free up an extra human. Let's see if we can free up an extra human. It's true, there is never enough ale. It is the cure for everything. Tavern, brewery, we want them in there. Actually, we don't have... Oh, we don't need them in this woodcutter's camp. Oh yeah, no, take that beaver. And... now we get the Gleeman's Tails. We get... these guys do extra... I don't remember what it... oh, yeah. This worker gains 5 to their resolve for working in here. So that's going to make all of our humans happier. They need a 30 to start generating reputation for us. But I don't think we're going to get there. But these guys, check this out. I mean, they're doing 0.11 per minute. So we're getting a lot here. How much did we get total? Doesn't it tell us total? Gained reputation, 0.6. We've gotten over half a point from those guys. So again, every full point is like is a step closer to finishing. It would be interesting to see what happens if you finish before you accomplish all the goals. Okay, now another cornerstone. I am taking good care of my beavers, Blonde. Beavers are animals. Keep your head above the gutter, please. Okay, so we can do cannibalism. Gain 40 meat every time a villager dies or leaves. That's brutal. And also, I'm hoping nobody dies or leaves. Or +2 to meat production. We're not currently gathering any meat. But I will take this because we'll probably gather meat at some point. Okay, okay. Could you guys finish? We need more leisure. We've got 9 leisure fulfilled. How are these guys doing? 2 minutes, 12 seconds. They're working on it, and then we're going to get this cool thing that does +3 global resolve. Now, I don't think we can harvest this. Oh, no, it is small. Oh! Oh! Is this... wait, what kind of... what kind of... Blonde. Don't distract me. We need a small trapper's camp. Isn't that what this is? Yeah, let's move you over here. Yes. And we're going to activate you. And, oh boy, we don't have a ton of workers. Let's throw one lizard in there. Because we definitely, actually, we're going to throw 2 lizards in there and free up some other folks. Let's see who we've got going. Maybe the farm? No. Wow, you know what we need is more people. Oh, look! We have more people. What do we want? 3 humans and a lizard, or 4 humans and a lizard? I wouldn't mind having the extra human. But I don't know that the bricks... you know what? Let's get the extra human, because we need it for farming and... wait, didn't we need humans for something else? Oh yeah, we can put a human in here now. How are we doing on housing? Aha, okay, so with the 5 new people we got, we are going to need more houses if we get more people. So I'm going to wait on... oh no, we can put in a new house, right? Let's just start playing. And we're going to go ahead and put in 1 more shelter. And that gives us room for 3. Meanwhile, we should get our leisure filled. Oh, the black screen is when it's auto-saving. Look at this. These guys are on their way to 26. And we're going to get a point. We're going to get a point very soon just from our lizards. Yeah, it's true. You are making fun of me right here. Right here. Didn't I... What? Oh, did I... yeah, no, this farmer... yeah, they're not going to be able to do very much because I didn't start at the beginning of the drizzle, and you have to sow crops at the beginning of the drizzle. I think this is them coming there right now anyway. We have 4 workers, which is great, because then we can assign them... actually... oh, look at that. If we use... we have 30 tools. If we do this, then we can actually rush the end. Let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to assign a worker. Do 1 human to this. Oh, there's no gathering nodes by this stonecutters thing. Let's move this. Do we have nodes we can gather? We do. So let's gather. We'll put it here. I've given up on paths in case you haven't noticed. Orders are ready. Oh, we got our leisure fulfilled. Oh boy, now we're going to need to make a home. Oh no, I built a home. Okay, so what we did was we got 2 more beavers. That was... yes, this is one we just finished. We got 2 more beavers. We got a box of 6 tools. Tools are kind of multi-purpose stuff, and we just actually used 5 of them. We got a bunch of barrels. Now, we need to keep human resolve above 25. Well, for 30 seconds. We can do that. In fact, they're about to become super happy. Oh my god, this is amazing. We're going to do it. We're going to get this stuff. We're going to... and in fact, that's going to win it for us. We're not even going to have to unlock this additional order because we've kept our lizards. So, wait a second. We already did it. Look at this. We came in here. We already kept the human resolve above 25 seconds. So watch this. We're about to win the game. Boom. Okay. So now that we did that... what? Is that a beer beaver? Oh boy. So now that we're level 2, you guys in chat, holy crap. I'm so glad I don't have the Nightbot monitoring or modding thing going on. All right, so we get new Citadel upgrades. Not that we've seen the freaking Citadel. We can now construct the herbalist camp, the fishing hut, and the mine. These are for bigger resource nodes. Flame amulets. Oh, there's another possible cornerstone. So this is what happens is as you level up, you unlock more and more things that can happen that you can randomly get or that you can acquire through spending a beaver. Yeah, nice. A long time ago, I was driving behind a Budweiser truck and it had what is it? www.beerresponsible on it, which was, I thought, pretty funny. Of course, I shouldn't have been reading the trucks. I should have been driving, paying attention to the road. Okay, here we are in the next part of the game. The Queen's Envoy tells us the world is vast, as a vast, ever-changing place, and at its heart lies the smoldering city. These are our two towns, by the way, that we just completed. So this is like the whole rest of the game, right? Like we've only been doing the little settlements. There's so much more to the game. Enter the smoldering city. Oh, Deadeye! Hello! Hi! Yeah, yeah. This is, I love it. I love it. All right, entering this, and hello to all the new viewers. Feel free to like and subscribe. And also, there are other folks in the channel that are content creators. Go check out their channels. All right, so the Queen's Envoy wants us to enter the Smoldering City and use the resources we've gathered so far to buy Obsidian Archive Level 1 upgrade. So let's do that. We're going to go to the Smoldering City. Thanks, Deadeye. Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. Okay, so here we are in the city, and we're going to go to buy upgrades, and we're going to buy the one it told us to buy. So that, probably this? Yeah, Obsidian Archive Level 1. So we gain a permanent minus 2% to the speed at which the Queen's impatience grows, which is great. And then it's, sorry, let me start over here. This is the tech tree. And you buy things with different resources. So we've got bread, we've got, I don't remember what this resource is, but each of these 3 different resources you get for, is there a 4th one up here? No, it's just these 3 resources. So each of these 3 different resources, oh, here they are. Food stockpiles, machinery, and artifacts. Each of them is a different currency that you earn when you pass different settlements. And so we are buying the first mandatory level of the tech tree, but each of them lets you unlock, like there's ones that let you unlock the 2 different other races or species. There are things that let you start with customized houses or different blueprints, things like that. So the first thing we're doing, though, is getting this Obsidian Archive Level 1, where we get a minus 2% on the Queen's impatience. And we also can unlock deeds, which are additional bonuses. Like this is the same kind of thing you see in many of the roguelites or roguelikes, where you can have lots of different kind of just little endorphin hits or dopamine hits. Okay, so now we still have 10 more bread. The only thing we can unlock one of these 2 things. We can unlock the Monastery of the Vigilant Flame Level 1. So we gain a permanent 2% reduction to fuel consumption in the hearth, which is great. Obviously, in the tutorials, we didn't see any problems with our hearths, but you actually can run out of fuel. And when you run out of fuel, you're in a problem. Oh, you're in a problem. Yes, you're in a problem. You are a problem. You have a problem. Whatever. You have a problem with English. And then also we gain a new embarkation bonus to choose from. So when you're going to see this, if we do another embarkation out to another settlement, which I think we could do. So, oh my God, Frank. Anyway, so, God damn it, that derailed my train of thought. So when you embark, you can choose certain resources to start with to kind of expedite your initial start of your colony. This one is the next level of that basic thing. So we get another 2% decrease, and oh, consumption control. Okay, this is the thing I was looking for. So when I was saying, hey, let's set only the beavers to be able to use the jerky, this is what that is. So we're going to unlock that because I like to have control. I'm a bit of a control freak. I mean, if I wasn't, I wouldn't play these games. It's let me put it in terms other people can understand. This is more spreadsheety. Now, we also get deeds, which we just unlocked. That was this thing down here. And so let's go look at the deeds. And what you get is, for accomplishing certain things, you get bonuses. So finish your first game after the tutorial, we're going to get a Viceroy's quarters. So you get your own little apartment in the in this city that we're in. And this is just a little bit of plot stuff. It's not something that helps you in the settlements or anything like that. But there's a whole big plot, and you talk to like your aunt and stuff like that. It's neat. They've added a lot of different story elements to the game. Wait, what is this? Achievement. Oh, we'll get an achievement for this. Okay, so but we don't have any of those yet because we just unlocked them. And wow. So we can take a look. Wait, we can't buy more. No, we're out. So we can see, of course, because we like spreadsheets, everything that we've done. Every success, every failure, all of the different, of course we have no failures, all of the different buildings that we had blueprints to. I think it's blueprints, not what you've built, but I could be wrong. And how long it took you and things like that. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. You son of a bitch. All right, I'm gonna quickly see if I can drop my bit rate. Okay, all right, I'm just gonna play. I don't think I can quickly drop my bit rate. All right, so regressive, you're so funny. All right, so anyway, so you can look at the spreadsheet all you want. Oh no, it's really not fucking working. Oh no, wait, there it is. All right, fine, I'll just play. So what we're gonna do is we're going to exit the city, and yeah, I don't think it's going to come back, but we'll see. So now, it explains the rest of us. The world is governed by the eternal Blightstorm cycle. It's almost upon us, so no caravans are allowed to embark. Press the button in the lower right corner of the screen to finish the cycle. So, what you'll see here is we've got these towns, and what you're doing is you're trying to finish as many of the settlements as you possibly can before the storm comes and takes you. So we're going to go ahead, but it's forcing us to do it right now. So we're going to go ahead and reset the storm, and it tells us the whole time for this cycle. Each storm is a cycle. Your settlements have been abandoned, and the people are returning to the Citadel. So everybody comes back, and it tells us everything that we did in there, and then other more bonus shit that we can get. So we had 2 successful towns. Okay, we might be back. We might be back. We might be back. We might be back with a lower bit rate, but we may be back. Give me a moment. I'm just going to double check.